You must be careful about the words you use, or the words you allow to be used in your house. Words are things. You must be careful. Careful about calling people out of their names, using racial pejoratives and sexual pejoratives and all that ignorance. Don't do that.
It's time to talk about it.
Pull up a chair and take a seat.
We're serving up recipes for life.
With Hampton University's Dr. Richard Mason and Dr. Tamara Williams.
Welcome to the Sunday Brunch.
This is Dr. Tamara Williams.
And this is Dr. Richard Mason. Welcome back to another edition of Sunday Brunch with the good doctors.
Good doctors.
Look, Kwame, starting out, I done start brunching before we even started talking about everything else, huh?
I mean, the food smells so good. I could tell you was not going to wait. It came early, so oh my word. I
Not at
you
all.
mid-bite and everything. So
Listen.
I want the people to know that we are really brunching here. We are really brunching
here. Exactly. So how you been this week?
This has been a very busy week. This has been a very busy week. It seems like everybody who is anybody is asking for something regarding my time, or something is necessary, and it's nonstop. It's just a different type of week this week. It feels like it should have been Friday already, and we just did Sunday.
Exactly. but it's one of those things that, the weekend disappears so fast. I swear it seems like we go from Thursday to Monday. I mean, where did Friday go? You can't even take off work.
Well, we on our weekends is when we do our service. Now, yes, our show is our love. We love this. This is fun for us, but we're also very much, both of us, involved in the community. And so
yes,
our weekends are always geared towards that. Prior to, us getting out of service, I was working on a presentation that I have coming up too. So, we're always in the midst of work and service. So
exactly. But it is what it is. So, and that's what we live for. What LYZL say, your service to others is your rent to live on this earth.
Listen, that is what we live for. And as much as it takes from me, it also gives.
Yes, definitely so.
It also gives. And so it is a love for me to be of service.
Exactly. But you also got to take care of yourself, So,
and don't think we're not going to talk about it.
Exactly. So that's why I'm excited about today's conversations, because it's going to talk about that just a little bit, but it's going to be one-sided. I'm going to say that part of it, but I'm going to leave that alone and let the listeners decide for themselves. So
let me tell you that, when you are surrounded by people who are emotionally regulated, and you're surrounded by people who are able to take care of themselves and have high levels of emotional intelligence, it really does bleed off into other people. It is contagious in a better way than the sickness that's going around us.
Exactly.
It is contagious. Happiness is contagious. Being stable is contagious. When you help yourself, you can help other people. All those things can occur, which is important. It is certainly important.
Exactly.
And so I am glad that we're having this conversation too. You say it's one-sided, but I say it's all-sided. When you help one, you helping them all.
Well, we're going to see.
It's better than hurting them. I promise you, it's better than hurting them. It's better than hurting them any day of the week. Well, I'm not going to take all of our time with you and I talking, because you and I can talk. I am going to introduce our guest today. We have a special going on today, because we have more than one guest. So I will tell our listeners that we have more than one guest, but I'm going to introduce our first guest to the table today. She is not new to our table, but we have not had her at our table in quite some time. And so we have been missing her presence. We have been missing having conversations with her. And so I was so excited when I was able able to see that she is doing something in the community that I
Mm-hmm.
think is going to be a blessing to a lot of people. So I wanted to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that she was able to get on here and have a conversation with us on Sunday Brunch. And so I want
Yes.
to welcome back. I want to welcome back to the table, and definitely not for the last time, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Christy Norwood.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey,
Welcome back to the
hey,
table.
thank you. I'm glad to be here for brunch. Thank y'all for
Yes,
having me.
it's so good to see your face.
Yeah, it's good to see you all too.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to be surrounded by like just family and love and good food.
Yeah, you hear
Exactly.
what you say? We
Mm-hmm.
receive that and we send it right to you, right across the
Exactly,
table to you.
exactly. And it's
Yeah.
always good. You have to know who you surround yourself with. I always tell people, make sure you surround yourself with positive people,
Hmm.
and feed off of each other's energy. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And it's not always 100% all the time. When you with your real people, they can see
Mm-hmm.
you when you at 20, when you at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, all the way up to sometimes you giving out to the extra. People trying to figure out where all the extra and abundance is coming from. But from the Lord, we say, but still, you got to know your people.
Right.
You
You
Exactly.
got to
do.
know your people. And
You
Mm-hmm.
so we
do.
got
And
our people.
yourself.
Hey,
Yes.
And
hey,
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
hey.
Mm-hmm.
I was working on the project that I was saying. I'm going to be talking about boundaries, and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to be
Mm.
talking about the self and understanding the self and how those boundaries extend to different areas: personal, spiritual, work, family, friends, emotional, all those different things. So I was working on that, and I was so excited about the conversation that we were going to have today because
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I know you are a strong advocate for self-care. I
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
know you are a strong advocate of people understanding the self and
Hmm.
who they are too. And so I am excited to have you back at the table. Tell us about what you've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, like many of us, trying to make sure I'm in community with people. That is something that is so important, being in healthy community with people like you
Mm-hmm.
all. And so, one of the pieces of community that's so important for me is what we call the Exhale Summit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a space of women, predominantly Black and brown women, who get to get together and, like you were talking about, Doc, just being able to be authentic, right? There's no pretenses. It's just authentic you at the table, and we get to be in community.
Mm-hmm. The women. That's that one-sided stuff I was talking about earlier. Just so our listeners know, that's the one-sided piece I'm talking about. So we're gonna talk about this women's summit, but we're gonna have to work on something for the men too. The fellas gonna need a little something, all right?
We hear you.
We
We hear
we will
you.
definitely have to work on something for the men, but I want our listeners to remember that, since I'm the one to usually introduce the topics, I really make a big, big, big proponent to bring a lot of men on the show. And I never say anything like, oh, here goes another man. I'm like, we really need to talk about this male subject. So you got to show some grace, bro. But yes, we do need to come up with something for the
Yes.
men. And so maybe we
Mm-hmm.
need someone in the community, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe you and I will have to figure out
Mm-hmm.
some way and bring some
Mm-hmm.
other people in to do
Mm-hmm.
something for the
Mm-hmm.
men, because men are
Hmm.
struggling.
Stay
Men
tuned.
are
We've been
struggling, and I
talking
can
about it.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned.
Yeah, stay
men are
tuned. We've been
yeah,
talking about it. Yes,
men are
it's a little group.
struggling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We gonna have to do something. So there we go.
Yeah. Yep.
We
So
have not
stay
because we
tuned.
asked not, so we talk about it. We gonna be about it. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. It's coming. So
Mason
Loading.
said, let me cook a little bit, as the students
right.
say, right?
Loading.
Exactly.
Yeah, I often try to amuse him. That's why I call him my twin. Like when the two of us, that's how our show got started. Really talking about Sunday
Mm-hmm.
brunch is the
Mm-hmm.
conversations that we have between the
Yes.
two of us, and how we can often grow and like really
Mm-hmm.
hit different points of our life and talk about the things. So yes, we just invite
Mm-hmm.
other people to the conversations that we have pretty much every day.
All the time.
And we love to
Multiple
hear
times
you.
a day if necessary. Yeah.
Exactly. So tell us, this is not the first time because you've been here before to talk about the conference. So tell us, how did this get started for you? How did you come up with this concept, this idea?
That's a great question. So 3 years ago, I had this thought. I was like, women, like we need authentic spaces. And for myself
Hmm.
too, it was like I have lots of, for me, like my sorority sisters and friends that I grew up with that I've been fortunate to just maintain close relationships with. You know, they knew you before you were a psychologist. They knew you when you
Hmm.
made not the greatest decisions. You know, we all do
Well,
Hmm.
you're
all the
still
things.
growing.
I
Yeah.
was still
Hmm.
growing and learning.
Yes.
And
And
so
becoming.
and becoming, right? And still becoming,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Evolving. And
Right.
so I was led to start this space. And so I got some of my girlfriends together who are in different industries. Many are mental health professionals. They're around the
Hmm.
country. So we got together and they were like, "You think we're going to do this in 6 months?" I was like, I think we can do it. And we did it. And it was such a beautiful space and a needed space. I don't think we realized
Hmm.
how much women and probably men too
Hmm.
needed that space. So
Hmm.
we're now going into year 4 and it just continues to grow.
Amazing, amazing. And
Yeah.
so tell us about the content. What can people expect to experience? What kind of experience can they'll have coming?
Yeah. So for me, I'm a psychologist by training, and for those who don't know. So for me, science backing is important. So this is
Hmm.
more than just let's get together and feel good. It's
Hmm.
what does science, what does psychology say about what it is that this population needs to be well, right?
Hmm.
And so a
Hmm.
big part of that is community. So we start with what we call our Hey Girl, Hey reception. So
Hmm.
you hear people, you know, when the women come, they're like, "Hey girl, hey." It's just a form of endearment. It's a form of welcome. You're here. You've
Is
arrived.
that every year?
It's
So
every
they
year.
can anticipate to be like, hey girl, hey, I don't know your
Absolutely.
name, but I receive your spirit and your energy and your space. Hey girl.
Absolutely. It's every year.
Next time
Uh,
I see you, Sora, I'm gonna tell you, hey girl, hey.
hey girl, hey. We have a couple of men who are like
Hmm.
vendors, who come and
Hmm.
help us out, and even they'll say, "Hey, girl, hey."
You like, not today, sir, not today.
Right.
Nah.
But yeah, so we like to kick it off in just a very a communal way. So we have that reception. We usually have music, and then we have some of our panelists are there as well, so that way they can kind of give a preview to what Saturday is going to be.
Hmm.
Last year we had Synergy Band that
Mm.
and so we're looking to, we don't want to share everything. You have to hear it, but we'll have live music on Friday night. And just that sense of community. We also engage in what we call sister circles. So it gives folks who may be coming from out of town or may just, you know, they may not know folks, they're able to come and really like meet and connect and feel part of the community.
Hmm.
Um, and so it's a vibe, honestly. And then Saturday, we do a lot of good work. So we have some breakout sessions on
Hmm.
Saturday. We do some giveaways. Really excited. You all be the first to know. We're going to be partnering with Peloton this year. And so
Ooh,
we're going to be doing a giveaway for a Peloton. So really just we
ooh.
try to ensure that like what we're doing and what we're giving away is also in line with physical, mental well-being, all of
Hmm.
this. And then we have 3 breakout sessions that the ladies are able to participate in. This year, our theme is Restore You because restoration is huge, right? How do we
Hmm.
refuel ourselves? And so the ladies can choose the breakout sessions that align for them. Then we
Hmm.
feed them because that's important, right? Brunch, all the things.
Hmm. Oh
So
Food is
yes.
always important. I am not nice when I am hungry.
And so after we commune with food, then we have an opportunity to hear from our keynote speaker. So this year, Dr. Tama Bryant, and she's very familiar to the community. She's a psychologist, the first Black female
Hmm.
psychologist under 50 for the American Psychological Association. She's a minister.
Mm.
She was part of the Decolonial Conference last year at Hampton. So she is just a powerhouse. So she's going to help us with
Mm.
restoration. And then we have a final Sister Circle Saturday. Then we do a little break. People can kind of refresh, they can rest. Saturday night, they come back for a retreat experience. So massages,
Oh,
self-care,
go back,
music.
What you said, Saturday
Mm,
night?
Saturday night.
They come back.
mm.
Okay.
Yes.
And for massages and self-care.
Look at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that one.
Yeah, I know all about that one. I know all about that one. It's in
Mm-mm.
my
Yes.
self-care regimen. It's a
Mm.
must-have. Like,
hmm
as much as I love to give, I have come to understand that I cannot take care of anybody if I do not take care of myself. That
Okay.
is self-care. So
Yeah.
you right in line with that massages. It's
On a
necessary.
Saturday night?
On a Saturday.
Any night, any day, in the
Mm,
night,
mm,
in the middle of the
mhm.
day, in the morning, whenever, whenever. Like they say, whenever the Lord calls me, whenever an
Mhm.
appointment is available from your favorite therapist.
Mhm.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to do a drive-by.
You must listen. 90 minutes is really is optimal. You
Oh,
want to
you can come
start
check it
there.
out. Come check
Yeah.
it out. We'll save you a plate, I promise.
All right, all right.
Listen, don't threaten us with a good time.
Yes. So Saturday night they get to
Mhm.
restore, but it's kind of choose your own adventure. So if you want to
Mhm.
just sit in the ladies who lounge room, you can just sit and connect with your newly found sisters. If you want to get a massage, or this year we're bringing in a fashion consultant. If you want to schedule like a 20-minute consultation with that person on fashion, we're bringing in someone to talk about like hair care and how
Mhm.
like your scalp sensitivity, your scalp health, all of those pieces. So you can sign up for that Saturday night. Or we have a room if you just want to dance and do some line dances and listen to
See,
music.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming. I know what's coming. You ain't
You
fooling me.
you got to have a good party if you're
You
gonna
do.
relax. Music is healing. It's
Yes.
restorative. It can renew your knees too.
I knew it was coming. I was just waiting for you. Just walk on through the door with it. I was just waiting. I knew it was
Here we are.
You have to have some good line dancing happening.
Maybe some fans. We'll see what happens.
Oh, the fans will be popped.
Mm, 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 mm,
You
mm,
said
mm,
women are coming, and part
Mhm.
of women is you're going to have women of different ages, right? So
Yes.
it's not based on just a certain age range. So some
Yes.
of us are in processes in our life in which fans are not optional.
Sure.
mm,
Fans are
mm, mm.
necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all over my house right now, and I'm gonna just leave that
Oh, don't
conversation right
tell my
there.
Soros
Right
business. Nobody
there.
invited her business to the table.
Listen. I'm gonna leave it right there. Just, just know, I have an electric blanket on the bed.
Amen. Amen. And so when we talk to the men, we will talk to them about their own self-care too, and how is their responsibility to do things that are necessary for their survival. And one of those things is
Support group.
electric blanket, if must.
Support group. You hear what I
Whatever it
say?
takes.
Yes. Yes.
But I will
Yes.
say that finding out that there are other men going through this at the same time, it is a calming piece of it's like, hey, it's not just me. I'm not the only one about to lose my mind.
You are not
And your
alone.
body. Let me be clear. I crawl into my husband's skin every night. I go between being hot and being cold. In some moments,
Listen,
I am like part, and other parts don't touch. See, it's a
that
part.
that
It's
that's it. That's it.
men
Support
need
group.
help. Men need support
Yes,
groups too.
yes. 1-800 save me. You.
And listen, I'm quite sure, Dr. Norwood, I'm quite sure that the women at the conference will be talking even about relationships
Yes.
and how that
Mhm.
impacts them, and how, different things that we do or do not do that cause different things to happen and occur in our life. So rest
Mhm.
assured, Dr. Mason, we will be talking about you guys too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely. You all will be
Yeah.
there even without being there.
Hello, somebody.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And we actually, it's funny because we have a social worker. She's a licensed social worker coming from New York who actually specializes in relationships, so family relationships. And we
Mhm.
always tell the ladies, like, if you're going to come here, you have to bring the information back. So if that's a spouse, if that's a sister, if that's a daughter, if that's a grandmother, you are now responsible, right? In the spirit of community, bring this information back, not for them necessarily to come, but what have you learned and what are you going to put in practice that then we can start to change communities. So that's the spirit of it. So after they get their massages or whatever they want to do Saturday night, they go and sleep. And then Sunday is our final restorative experience. We're going to start with a sound bath and then move to kind of a brunch.
You said a sound bath.
A sound
Yes.
bath.
Yes, that is very nice.
Tell me
Yes.
about that, because my mind just went somewhere else, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, now what does that look like? But go ahead.
It's a vibe, literally.
It is a whole vibe. So imagine you are in a peaceful environment. You have a nice yoga mat, or if you don't want to lay down, you can sit down in a chair if you're able to do that. And you'll hear the sounds of ringing singing bowls, right? There's sound of water that you'll hear, some chimes. You'll also be able to kind of just be present with your thoughts in silence. And sometimes for people that's uncomfortable, right? We're used to constantly being busy, going from one thing to another. So I know, Doc, you were talking about like, how do we calm our nervous systems? So a sound bath is about how do I learn to be okay in stillness? How do I learn to be okay with me in my body, right? Without always having to do something or be moving.
And alone.
And alone. Yeah, absolutely. So they'll get to do that in community in a really safe way. So we're excited to kind of start Sunday in that way. And then we'll have brunch after the sound bath.
Indeed.
And then we'll hear from one of the representatives from Peloton will be joining us. And so she is actually their DEI lead in Peloton. And you all know a lot of companies have moved away from that. So it says a lot that they still continue to have that title. And so she'll talk about how do we take what we've learned out into the world, right? We've been in this sacred space for the weekend. How do we sort of move this out into the world? And then from there, we'll have one final sister circle. And then we'll be done for the weekend, but we do provide like quarterly check-ins so we can continue to have like that sense of community.
I like that. I like that those check-ins, because sometimes you leave a conference and it's so good and you make some great connections, but there's not, I'm gonna say follow-up, but that I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes it more applicable. Like you need to know that you're not just reading the information or just hearing the information. Like, but how do you use it? How do you implement it? What do you actually do with it in real time? Like that's when the lessons really are meaningful.
Yes. Yes.
When you need it, how can you recall it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited too. And each year, you know, it's interesting. We start to see this intergenerational piece. So last year we had mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers. We had one woman who was, I think she was 82, 84.
Oh my word. Did you take pictures? Did you take pictures?
Yes. We did. Yeah. And so she said, I just came because my granddaughter highly encouraged her to come because she had just experienced a loss. And that last day to hear her talk about how she had never had anything like this growing up or even in her
couldn't even imagine it.
Yes, it was so transformative. And so it's hard to describe, but we've been seeing and hearing a lot of benefit from people being part of this community and attending.
I think that it's so beneficial even now because our world feels so chaotic.
Yeah.
And so even as you were talking about the sound bath, I was closing my eyes and rocking because I was imagining being in the room where you get to calm the noise. Like I'm an introvert, so I love being by myself. Don't threaten me with a good time. You hear what I say? Don't you say we need to go on what? Okay, isolation. Say less. You know, it's not a bad thing for me, even though I know that having a community and being a part of a community is important. It is also important to learn how to silence the noise. and how to exist outside of all the chaos. And so I'm so excited that you created something that allows women to really to be at peace, and then also telling them to go and share it, because if they are at peace with themselves, they can create a peaceful environment, and we are really charged to create the environments that we live in. And so, better understanding yourself helps you to better understand other people outside of yourselves, so they can be better spouses, they can be better people, better sisters, better friends, better
Back to the better
individuals.
spouses part.
There
Say
you
better
go.
spouses
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Better spouses.
You get to show up better
Right.
yourself. Like
Exactly. And
even though
create
this
peace.
show,
Create
yes,
peace.
peace.
Better
Even
spouses and create peace.
peace, listen, peace within and then peace without, and then you can also, it allows you to ignore the stupidity of others from time to time that surfaces, and you get to really decide how you're going to respond to things, which is what we
That's
really
right.
wish for people to
Yeah.
do, is to know how to respond and learn how to respond. And people are going to be people be people in people be
All
people in
day.
all. That's what people do. That's the purpose of people to people. And but it's not our purpose necessarily to respond to people in a peopleish way. But
Exactly.
I love the humanity of your project. I love the
Thank
humanity
you.
of your project. But
Definitely.
before we run, because we can talk all day
I
between the three of
know.
us, but
Right.
we have been, I know that she has now dined well, and she is
hmm
ready to have a conversation
She
with
done put
us.
that waffle down.
Yeah, she ready now. I mean. So please, Dr. Norwood, introduce us to your guest today, who is our guest as well.
I am so excited. So every year we are extremely intentional about who we select as our breakout speakers. And so this year we decided to talk about restoring self-care, more than bubble baths and massages, but like what is really self-care and what does that mean for Black women, brown women. And so I'm excited to welcome to the brunch table none other than the community psychologist herself and one of our breakout speakers for the Exhale Summit, Dr. Vanessa Goodall.
Hello,
Yay!
hello, hello.
Welcome
Thank you for
back to
Yeah,
having
the
me.
welcome back to the
table,
table. Yes.
Dr.
Yes,
Vanessa
it's good to be
Goodard.
back.
Yes, indeed. And let me tell you, sidebar, we don't always bring people on the show that we know, but often we try to do our very best to vet the people that we dine with, because you can't share table and space and air with everybody.
That's right.
And
Everybody's feet not meant to be under your table now.
hello somebody, hello somebody. But I have recently taken helm of the psychology department at the university, and so I am excited to bring one of our finest professors at the department, one of our finest professors that I'm so glad is a part of our community in our department. And so I
Yes.
want to welcome her to the table, and I'm so excited to know that I know she's going to share great stuff with the people. And I'm so excited for the people who are coming to this Exhale conference, that they're going to learn how to breathe and breathe better and understand. Yeah, breathing is important, because when we stop breathing, the alternative is what?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
breathing is necessary. It's more than necessary. So I am
Yes.
so glad to welcome you back to the table, Dr.
Yes.
So
Goodard.
much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I'm so excited about this summit. I'm excited to be a participant presenter. So this is my first summit, my first Exhale Summit, and other colleagues from the department told me so many great things. And I actually caught a dinner. At the end, I think it was that Sunday evening, all of the women decided to go out for tacos, because girls love tacos, of course. So they went for tacos and everybody was just kikiing and laughing. I said, well, like I've missed out on the party. So I was thrilled when Dr. Norwood invited me to be a breakout speaker this year. And I can't wait to share all of the things that I've been teaching as it relates to self-care in my research lab, and all the things that I've learned about myself and in my through my own story that I can share with other women, so that they may be able to make some changes to their self-care plan and make those adjustments in real time with each other in community.
Because when we know better, we do better.
That's right.
Or at least we should. And we say it every week. And that is
Yes.
That is the whole point
Mm-hmm.
of knowledge, is knowing
Mm-hmm.
something so that you can do better. And
Mm-hmm.
you can't help anybody else do better if you can't better yourself. Because people don't even want to hear what you're saying if you're not living it. It's like a financial specialist that's broke. How you gonna talk to me about money and you don't have no money?
Now I will say this now, a broke financial specialist may tell you what they do, and I'm not going to do that. So you can learn.
Listen,
You can
listen,
still
listen,
learn now. So
listen, Linda. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
need
going
you
to
to go
discount the
figure it
broke
out.
fella.
Go figure it out. Go figure it out. I want to, it's a million things not to do. I'm paying you to tell me what to do. I can
I'm
come
gonna keep up with.
if
I'm
you
gonna
don't
pay
have a
attention.
solution, it looks like I need to work this out some other kind of way.
Well, look.
But we do learn vicariously through others, right?
Yes,
So if
yeah,
somebody
we
else,
do.
they touch the stove and you see them get burnt, you don't run up to that stove because you already know it's hot.
That's right. I'm gonna take your word for it. All right.
Yes. So, yeah, yes,
but
but
but Dr. Goodall, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the people so they'll know who, first of all, who's at the table with us, but for the ladies who will be coming to the conference, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Dr. Vanessa Goodar. I am a community psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Chicago. I've been in the area in the 757 for the last 3 years. I've been an assistant professor in the Department of Psychology at the illustrious Hampton University for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love what I do. I teach a lot of different classes, research classes. I train the students in junior seminar, senior seminar. Currently, I'm teaching internship and intro to psychology, but I also teach a class called The Psychology of Black Self-Care. And that's my favorite class. It's my baby. And I teach students how to utilize participatory action research in order to
Mm-hmm.
better understand self-care, what their own self-care plan looks like, and also put them in community with one another so they can hold each
Mm-hmm.
other accountable to their wellness. We even have a lot of assignments where the students will create their own wellness activities and bring it to the classroom. And we do those activities each week so that the students are learning from each other. They're sharing the things that are working for
Mm-hmm.
them. They're sharing the things that are not working for them. And we're having those conversations every week to kind of better our wellness and hold one another accountable
Mm-hmm.
because we always ask the question, who is benefiting from your lack of wellness and rest? Who gets to
Mm-hmm.
benefit from that? And the truth of the matter is Black bodies in our
nobody.
body,
Right.
they benefit, they do benefit from it. It's just not us. It's just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
us. A lot of people benefit from our labor, a lot
Oh
of our
yeah.
time, and all of the things that we
Mm-hmm.
do. And of course, we want our students and everyone really to give back to the community. But if you are not pouring into your cup, then
That's
what do you
right.
really have of quality to give to the community? So it's
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
teaching our babies younger and sooner so that they can learn from auntie and so that they can, kind of have those skills before they get to their 30s and 40s and kind of
Mm-hmm.
be backtracking. So we want to get
Which
them
is
and
my
train them up
magic
early.
word. Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
boundaries. You're learning
Mm-hmm.
boundaries for
Mm-hmm.
yourself and for others. And people treat you how you allow them to treat you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But this
So,
feels like a class that everyone, I would say all students could probably benefit from that class at Hampton because I'm just thinking in terms of just wellness, being able to take care of
mhm,
themselves. You know what I mean?
mhm,
They come, they're a little stressed. Some come from a background where mom and dad, they've done everything. And even
mhm,
some moms and some dads, they try to follow those kids to college too.
mhm. They
They want to
still
call.
trying to do, they still
Yeah.
trying to get it done for them.
Yeah.
Still
It's like,
trying to get it done.
ma'am, your child is 21 years old. Why are you calling me?
It's not even a helicopter. They
Send your
straight on the
child to my
land. They on the
office.
ground.
Let me talk to him or her and let them
Yeah.
get back to you. Teach them
Yeah.
how to advocate for themselves, And once
Yeah.
I have that conversation with some parents, they kind of understand what I'm saying at that point because my goal is I want them to grow. And as
Mhm.
my colleague always say, she said we want them to thrive. And
That's
so
right.
you can't thrive when mom is still calling your professors.
No.
You have to let them do it for themselves because, we have 4 years,
If
four
that,
years
if
to help
that.
our babies get it right. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so this is a launching pad right into life. And so my thing is I always tell parents, let us do our jobs. They're going to stumble just a little bit, but it's up to us to help pick them up. And when I hear a class like this, this is what they need. How do they pick themselves up so that they, once they stumble, they're not looking around for somebody to come get them, scrape off the boo-boo, put a little band-aid on a band-aid yourself. You know what I mean? And so how do we do this? So I
And they
like this
gotta learn.
class.
Yes, they gotta
Yeah.
learn. And
Mm-hmm.
you said 4 years, but one day, bro, we're gonna have the conversation at the table that sometimes we only get 2 years because
Yes.
my daughter is going into the ACE program next year, and when she comes to Hampton, she's only gonna have 2 years left. And so sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they're at junior status, but emotionally they are not at that age. They are
That's
not as
right.
mature as they are coming and presenting. They are younger and they
Mm-hmm.
have not had the opportunity to really grow. So,
Exactly.
and they're
And,
coming
and
in
look,
thinking that they're ready to get out, but they're
listen,
not.
shameless plug. You said your daughter's going into the ACE Academy. That's that
That's
advanced
correct.
college experience over
That's
at Phoebus
correct.
High School, brought
No
to you
shame
by
at all.
Virginia Peninsula Community College and Hampton City Schools. Okay, we can move on.
No, we can stay there for a second because not in an unshameless plug for up for re-election. Yes,
Yes,
indeed, the chair of the said school board,
yes,
Dr. Richard
yes.
Mason, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. So go
Mm-hmm.
out there and vote for our constituents so that our babies can continue to be taken care of.
Yes, yes. Thank you so
Unshameless
much.
plug, unshameless. And we people who win don't win by accident, they win on purpose. And every good parent wants more for their child than they ever
Mm-hmm.
have for themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
so my daughter is a straight A student, but I don't want her to be like me. I want her to be better than me. And so that's the
Exactly.
part of knowing better and doing better and going to
Mm-hmm.
these types of summits and learning how to breathe so that you can. I don't want to be a person who just talks about it. Yes, this is a radio show, but the people who know us, they know what we do for real. They've seen
Right.
us in real life, how we
Mm-hmm.
breathe through situations, how we lead through
Mm-hmm.
situations. They know that about us for real. You want to
Mm-hmm.
be about it. You don't want to just talk about it. And so
Exactly.
unshameless plug. Yes, Dr. Goodall, you can jump in there. You are at brunch, baby. You do
Oh,
not
I
have to
was
raise
jumping
your
in.
hand.
You know, that just brings something up for me. We're all parents, and I just think about imagine if someone had told us that it's okay to engage in your self-care when you were 19 or
Hmm.
18 or 20. And these students that we have, like you said, we only have them 2 to 4 years. My daughter also she's an Aggie, so Aggie Pride, and she's
Mm.
there, and she did come in with a few hours, not quite to get to junior year, but quite a few hours. But
Mm-hmm.
they're there in that environment, and then they leave, and then they take habits that we taught them to
Mhm.
their next location. But
Mhm.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
of time, I know for me, I wasn't taught that I don't sleep at work. I wasn't taught that, I need to go home and get my rest and
Wait, go back.
recharge
You said you
myself.
don't sleep at work. You
You
weren't
know
taught.
how well I come from K-12, so I spent some days at work where it was some late nights. So when I say
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
sleep
that's
at
what
work,
you
I
mean.
mean like
Thank you for the
after
clarity because I
hours,
was like,
Oh, I
after
thought you were talking about
hours.
okay.
somebody go to work and go to sleep, take a
Listen.
nap or something.
No, I didn't live there
I know what you were
literally,
saying,
but
but
long enough where I should have had a little cot or something.
look, I'm going to tell you though, I'm guilty of that. I am guilty of
Mm-hmm.
putting in more hours than I should. I'm a person that when it's on my mind to handle
Mm-hmm.
it, I got to get it handled. And I
Mm-hmm.
got to do it right now because I know that the other time is maybe already guaranteed somewhere else or already is supposed to be doing something else at a different time. And so
Mm-hmm.
I admit that that's one of the things that I'm working on in my self-care. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm putting in way more hours in the beginning so that things can be structured and I can do,
Because
you
when you
know,
want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So
well,
we end up doing
sometimes
it.
when you are
Mm-hmm.
held responsible, it would
Mm-hmm.
stress me out more sometimes and it would take me less self-care hours. I would be up more without just going ahead and handling it. So, but it's
Right.
about, I think, the balance. And to whom much is given, much is required. And so when
Mm-hmm.
you're having the conversations with women too, sometimes if you're talking to nurses and you're talking to doctors in the medical field, understand their give based on their appointments
Mm-hmm.
in life
Mm-hmm.
is going to be a little different than the person who's working in a different 9 to 5 type of job. And so,
Right.
sometimes the reality is it's about what we've also chosen to do, the purpose that we have on our lives. So some people end
Mm-hmm.
up having to give a little bit more time, and like our people in the military, they wish they do end up sleeping on the job. They sleep away from their families a lot, you
Mm-hmm.
know and it's a sacrifice that they give. So
Mm-hmm.
but I wish for everybody that good balance, Dr. Goodall. Whew.
Yes,
That's one of
yes.
the concepts that we'll be talking
Yeah.
about is role
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
balance. And in my research, Black women tell me that the roles of mommy versus
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. versus me are the ones that really cause those barriers to really increasing that
Mm-hmm.
capacity for wellness, that capacity for self-care. If I decided today that I want to change my wellness routine, that mommy versus Mrs. versus me may be in the way of you expanding that capacity for your
Mm-hmm.
self-care. So being aware that awareness of having those roles and always working to create that balance, it's a lifetime challenge. But when you're in community, you can have those conversations and normalize those conversations so that
Mm-hmm.
you're not dealing with it in a silo and by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And some other people have already worked these things out because
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
motherhood is not new.
It's not. It's not.
Motherhood is not new. It's been going on for a long, long time. Having to take care of an elderly parent while being a mother, having
Mhm.
to be a mother, a single mother, having to be a mother of a child who has a disability,
A
having to
mother
be
and
a
a
Mm-hmm.
mother.
student. When you a student going back
Hello,
to
having to
school.
be a mother and being a student at the same time. Motherhood, no aspect of motherhood is new under the sun at this point. And so having that
Mm-hmm.
community is important. A lot of times we suffer in silence, and it's no
Mm-hmm.
need to even suffer. Sometimes, closed mouth doesn't get fed. We having brunch,
Mm-hmm.
but people have to open their mouths in order for people to feed them if they're hungry and they're
Right.
not able to be feeding themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to suffer. There's
Mm-mm. No.
often people who love kids, wish they had kids. And so you'll be in a
Mm-hmm.
circle and you're like, I need a babysitter. Lord have mercy. How can I make it to this work thing? And then there's this young lady who's always wanted to do nothing more but watch kids. And she's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do what I'm happy to do so. And so a lot of times, you know, we're spiritual here at this table. God will provide.
Yes.
He
Amen.
will send what you need. You just need to
Mm-hmm.
you may not always recognize it
Mm-hmm.
and how it's coming, but you said you needed relief, you needed a babysitter, and here you find yourself at this summit talking
Right.
about it, and right there in your circle is somebody who's a grandmother who lost a
Mm-hmm.
grandchild, or is a grandmother who's away from their
Mm-hmm.
family, and their family is in a whole nother state, and they wish they could spend some time with a
Mm-hmm.
kid, and they don't want
Right.
anything from you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That
And it sounds like
story.
it's a space to be intentional, and
Yeah.
that's the piece. When you sit down, one of the things I have paid attention to is just the whole sense of intentionality. Like you're talking about
Mhm.
what you pray to God for. Myself, I'm not gonna pray for rest because I don't want to confuse God.
Never,
That's
never.
the first thing. I don't want to confuse God when I pray for rest. You
I'm not
understand? So,
done working, Lord. I'm not done
no, that ain't
working.
that ain't what I'm talking about, Lord. But the other
Yeah.
part of it is just being able to, as you're looking at yourself care and being intentional about certain things, there's some things I've realized, and reading the book talking about the spirit of let them. If you haven't read that yet, get that book. When you get that in that space of, you know what, it's all right, let them,
Mhm.
and they can do it. It's okay. When you release that component, that sense of control, like I have to do it or they're dependent on me or whatever, you would be surprised just how much you will let some things go, not invite that negativity into your life. And I mean, it's just so eye-opening. When I go to the doctor now, they want me to get on the scale. I tell them I don't need that negativity in my life. Guess how much I weigh? You know.
Let them figure it out.
Let them
Let them
figure the
guess.
weight
Let
out,
them guess
okay?
at it.
It's too early in the morning. I don't need that negativity to start my day out. I'm not getting on that scale.
Let them. So you talking about let them. You'll let go of negativity and you'll let go of people too. You'll
Yes.
find yourself letting them go too.
That's it. And that's what
There's
it's
some
all
people
about.
who they,
Mm-hmm.
they're not happy unless they're toxic or unless they're,
Mm-hmm.
creating some type of toxic situation. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to let them do that in your life. You can let them go.
Exactly, exactly. But this, I mean, I'm just listening to you guys. Like I said, this is something that I know. There have been some fellows in the community, and we've talked about some things very similar to this. They would say, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned.
We'll be
We
waiting.
we shall not be left out of this revolution.
Yeah. The students are looking forward to it too. The young men are definitely looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I
That's all
have a
right.
good partner, I think, also in the psychology department who would be great in this
Mm-hmm.
type of concept. I think that he would he's so eager, and I can't wait to bring him to our table too. And I think he would be great in helping us develop something for the men out there too. That will be helpful because women, we do want our men to be healthy. Make no mistake, we do not want to compete with you. Forget what you have heard. We do not want to compete nor be compared with you. We want you to win. We want you to win with us, for us,
Exactly.
by all means. We want you winning.
What they say, we
We want
embrace
you
the soft
winning.
girl era. We embrace the
Yes,
soft girl
yes.
era. Yes.
Well,
We want that, and I'm sure at the conference you guys will get to talk about that
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of women. A lot of men think that women are independent, but a lot of the independence that women have are trauma responses. And so they really do. They would love to be softer, but they have trust issues. They think if they're soft, then it won't get handled. And so there's a lot of women who are very capable of running things during the day, but at night they don't want to run a thing. They don't want anyone to think no more. What you talking about? Handle it, baby. Handle it. You got that. You got that.
Yeah, boss
I
at
don't want
work
to think
all day.
no
You don't
more.
want to come home and have to
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely
They
not.
I
just
don't want
want
to
a
make no
mother.
decisions.
They just want a mother. They just want to make a loving environment. They want the peace too. And a lot of it is about how we communicate. Sometimes people are arguing and they're saying the same thing. They just don't even understand that they're saying the same thing.
Exactly. Well, listen, tell the ladies how they can get involved, how they can participate, how they can register, sign up. So what all do they need to do to be a part of this thing?
Yes, come be with Dr. Goodar and I. You just can go to www.exhalesummit.org. I feel like I've been in Virginia a while. My Virginia accent started to come out, but www.exhalesummit.org. You can follow us on Instagram. It's at the Exhale Summit. And we'll post all the information. If cost is an issue, just please reach out to us via email. We never want cost to be a reason why someone is unable to get what they're worthy of having. So we hope you'll choose to join us. You know, we pay for everything. We pay for Beyonce. We pay for, some of us pay for nails and hair and Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. And so here's a chance to invest in something that is not going to end after 10 minutes. It's going to keep on giving.
Now, where's the conference going to be held? Where's it going to be held?
So we will be in Newport News at the City Center Marriott. Friday, we're going to an off-site location that will be announced very soon for the Hey Girl, Hey reception, doing something a little different this year, but it will still be in Hampton Roads, very close.
Okay. And is there like a host hotel and a special room rate and stuff like that? Give the people the information. Y'all just holding on
Dr.
to
Mason
stuff.
trying to do his drive-by. Okay, so you can catch us
Trying to hide it.
You can catch us at the City Center Marriott. So a lot of ladies actually use it as a staycation, even if they're from the area. So you can come get yourself a room. We have on the website, we actually have a room block there. You can stay there. That way you can just come downstairs for the breakout sessions, come see Dr. Goodar, go upstairs to your room, come downstairs for the retreat. We have
Hey girl, hey.
Yeah, hey girl, hey. And if you don't want to stay or can't stay at the hotel, then you can just drive in every day. But we'll be at the City Center Marriott. That's where everything is in Newport News. And then we will have some transportation services Friday night to the offsite location for those who want to ride in community as well.
Okay.
Tell them how to spell exhale.
Yes. So it's like breath. So it's EXHALE, exhale, like the big breath that we all need to release multiple times a day.
Yes, indeed. Every
Yes.
moment we need to be breathing.
Absolutely. And it's Exhale Summit because the idea of a summit is that we're going up. So as we kind of release, as we kind of get back to ourselves and to our breath, we're going to be able to go up in whatever way is useful for you, whether that be like Dr. Goodar was saying, as a mom, a parent, a wife, Dr. Mason, somebody who's working, somebody who's retired, in whatever way you want to go up, that's where you're going to go.
You're personal, and it's going to be different for different people. All the people in the room will get hear the same thing, but hear something different at the same time,
Yes.
because it'll be based on what you need. So
Yes.
I am excited. I too may have to do a drive, but I need to check
Come
my schedule.
on.
Yes,
Calm
indeed.
down.
Come
Well, I'm
on.
encourage
the
the
support.
fellas. Definitely take your wives. Send your wives, okay? You know,
Yes.
'cause this sounds good. You know, for those that know the movie, you know, when we start talking exhale, we don't want everybody to be a Bernadine and end up
You
burning
don't
up
want
your
to be a
stuff.
waiting to
You
exhale.
don't want to wait.
The stress, her stress level, she didn't go to the Exhale Summit to
Mm-mm.
get that
Exactly.
wellness, that self-care. No,
His stuff might not have been burned up had she gone to this summit.
Yes.
Truth be
exactly.
told,
Absolutely.
there's different
That's
ways of
real.
having self-care. There's legal and illegal ways. And so we are encouraging the legal, healthy ways to do that.
Yes.
And it's not always illegal to burn things. I've even been to places where they've done like burials of things. Like they've had a casket and you bury some bad
Oh
habits, or you
Lord
bury
Jesus.
something.
Mm-mm,
Yeah, they've
mm-mm,
done some trainings where you bury
mm,
like the things that are holding you in the past and you move past those things. And so I
mm.
mean, there's something to be said about how people destroy things, but we are encouraging people to exhale
Exhale.
and
Mm-hmm.
summit,
Yes.
to go up. We're encouraging people to do things in a healthy manner.
Yes.
Yes, be
And
healthy. That's what we
in
want.
community, in healthy community. So even if the girls don't want to go in the group chat, make the decision for you. I promise you will not leave
Mm-hmm.
alone. If nothing else, Dr. Goodar and I will be there
We
to
will.
say, hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. And I'm checking my schedule because I need to say, hey,
Come
girl, hey.
on.
I'm gonna bring my fans so I can do my line dance.
Oh, oh, I love a good line dance.
Let me
And
tell you,
yes,
I don't have to
indeed.
see not now another fan, okay? Not now.
Oh, that's
Listen to
Now.
coming
me.
back.
Listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now at the psychology department, we are going to do some line dancing and we're going to invite you to come over and dance with us too. And Dr. Norwood, you are always forever
All
Team
right.
Psych. You are part of the psych program. So you already know you're getting an invite to come
Yes.
out. And Dr. Good, I'll bring the fan. I
Yeah.
don't care if it is pink and green, bring it.
I got an all black everything fan. It's okay.
Listen, bring
Hey.
you. That's the whole point of us like being able to exist. We don't have to ever compete or compare. We can all be ourselves. And
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yes.
enough space for everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the type
Mm-hmm.
of sisterhood that I wish for every woman.
Mhm.
Be
Mm-hmm.
you, authentically you.
Authentically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You.
I tell you, it's certainly great to be able to work with a group of colleagues like you all. I will say,
Thanks.
being able to sit and look at some of the great things that you're doing for our students on campus. I've had students come to my office and they talk about different things, and as I'm all set to say, sounds like you need a counseling center.
Mhm.
They know Dr. Norwood by name, and so
Mhm.
students have talked about some positive things. Even students that I've made
Mhm.
referrals to the counseling center have come back to the office and they'll talk about all of the great things that are going on over at the counseling
Mm.
center. And I stick my chest out because I feel a little responsible for Dr. Norwood being at Hampton.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Yes. A lot of responsible.
No, and I feel responsible for her teaching in the psych department. She
Yes.
came over years ago when I was sharing. I was like, come on and teach. And I'm happy to report to all of my students that prior to us brunching today on this good Sunday, that Dr. Norwood agreed to come on back to the department and teach again, teach again, teach again.
So she was gonna say tomorrow. I was like,
No, and teach again. No, not tomorrow, because our semester has already started. For sure. We well into it, but in the near future to return her gifts, because it's so much that she has to offer. And our students are going to benefit from the counseling program. They're already benefiting in internships. And so we're continuing to do that process. And so we thank you. And we wanted to share the fact that people don't have to do just one thing. So all the people here at the table today, even though it's a Sunday, we're eating and we're brunching. And yes, we do work at Hampton, but we also do things outside of Hampton to feed into our communities. So we wanted to make sure that we highlighted that. And it's something good for the women. It's something good. And anything that's good for us means it's good for our families.
Exactly, and so we certainly appreciate that component. From the husband factor, we certainly appreciate that good component right there.
Yeah. Good is always better than bad. And in today's society, we need a little good in our life.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, I tell you, it has been a joy, like I said, just brunching with you guys today. So thank you very much for being here with us. All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
All
you.
right. Well, I am Dr. Richard Mason,
I am Dr. Tamara Williams.
and thank you for joining us right here at WHOV Smooth 88.1 FM, where we are the most delicious hour in radio.
The essence of HU.
Keep your fork.
Someday we'll be able to measure the power of words. I think they are things. I think they get on the walls. They get in your wallpaper. They get in your rugs, in your upholstery, in your clothes, and finally into you.
Thank you for joining us at the table.
Tune in next Sunday at 1 p.m. for more delicious topical recipes for life on the Sunday Brunch.
On Smooth 88.1 WHOV.